Something we've only seen less than a handful of times since this franchise was born back in the 90s, and that's Jacksonville hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it'll be a great one between the Oakland Raiders and the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Set 70, Indy.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Yep.
Motion to backfield. Motion to the backfield.
Get it.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm scared.
On 2nd down, Minshew. Eluding the pressure right. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. And able to find Conley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. Now Leonard Fournette. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
You must be Leo.
Double up.
Hey, seam 6. Now.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Minshew. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Check. Right Monday down. Jim.
And he'll give it here to his running back. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here we go. Check it back.
And to give this time to the tailback. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. And he is close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 33.
Hey, my 7.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Dancing to his left. He wants it all for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. They'll try and run for it. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. It's 1st and goal, a chance for the first points of this AFC title bout.
Hey, echo.
Now Carr. This is Carr. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. DJ Chark, 75 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure.
Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great effort there. 75 yards. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This one taken from the 7. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
Come on,
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, See if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust. You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Fournette running right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
Back at the 30-yard line.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
We got to step it up. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
Go. Go.
So 3rd and long. Here's Minshew. Steps away. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
That's track. 51. 9. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Hey, watch it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light vest.
Your mind.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside.
But what now?
Here we go. 44, Mike, 44.
At 29. 29.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Carr completes it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Number 34. Hey, Orbit. You're mine.
On second and very short. Carr. It's caught by Aguilar. Second catch of this AFC title game, but he's got a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Mike 51. You can't block me. You can't block me. But Mike 51.
Go.
Throwing now is Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Gator. I got him. Hey, wahoo. Ready?
They'll go play action here with Minshew. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Check.
Smooth. Go. Shoot.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. And he's going to go down again. Carl Nassib in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd down.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Returnable here from the 38. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Off play action, it's Minshew. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Hey, Zoo.
Now Minshew. And the pressure gets to him again.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Out of the gun is Minshew. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Now a handoff here to his running back. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
AFC title game, second quarter action. 2 minutes to play. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
What we got? What we got? What we got? Shit! White Monday down. Hey, Foxtrot.
Check hot route. Hot.
Back right. Back. 93.
To throw on third down. Carr. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
But maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will extend the lead out to 24. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Carl Nassib able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Looking long for West. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook, 63 yards. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some...
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Make it 4 touchdown passes now from Derek Carr. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
It's a party now. It's a party now.
And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He'll look to set up his blockers. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 40-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Shotgun now for Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll give it here to his running back. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Double dog, that's the way.
One, Raider 1, 808.
Undercrunch.
Go Chief.
Undercrunch.
Hey, seam 6, seam 6.
On 3rd and 2, Carr. It's complete to Grant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch of this AFC title game, but he's got a first down.
First down, Raiders.
Down. You white, 8-8.
It's our time. It's our
White.
And they give this time to the tailback. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Down. White 85.
Let him know.
618.
Let him know. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. It's just me and you. It's just me and
Raider 8.
Why? Get one.
280.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. Finding some room at midfield. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Hey, 734.
Check 99.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Jaguars' 40-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, let's go. It's calm crouch. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Raider 9.
51.
Now they'll throw with Carr. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 19.
And the Raider first down.
Down. 280.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
I think in normal situations, most play callers would probably shelve that play in this situation. But down in the red zone, got a little something extra to play with. I like the way that he took a shot and went after it.
Kill.
Easy. Kill.
Turn up. Check safety.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Hey. High 7.
Carr going to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. And the great veteran Eric Berry back to knock that one away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Watch the run.
Here's Carr. His pass caught at the 4. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Here's Carr to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead.
48, Jaguars 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Fournette running out of the gun. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Minshew sets to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Now after the INT, it's Carr. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, these quarterbacks had their hands full all afternoon long, but they finally get a measure of revenge as he gets himself in a nice spot. He's able to get 2 hands on the football and pick it off.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
The Jaguars on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Fournette, and he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Carr's throw here caught by Williams. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Hey, Orbit.
Mike 51.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine.
93.
You're all mine.
That's it.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. And he's got his man on the out route. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Go, go.
Let's go.
Now Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Well, this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And they are going to